Hello and welcome to Herman's RV Holidays. I'm Ads, and in today's episode I'm going to show you how to fix a broken tap in an RV. There are many different looking taps in RVs, but essentially I believe they're all the same. With your household tap, water is fed in from the street via pressure and you just turn the tap on and out it comes. Or it's fed in from your cold water tank up in the loft and it's gravity fed to the taps. In an RV, you haven't got anything like that at all. We've got our tank down there. It's quite low. It's lower than the tap, so pressure is never going to work. Instead, we have a water pump which pumps the water. It is activated by when we lift the lever on the tap, and also opens the faucet up and allowing water to gush through, as you can see. So let's take a look at the tap, how it works, and sort out the problem. So with this type of tap, and yours may be different, how you get the handle off the lifter is you basically lift it straight off of the tap. Sometimes they're clipped in, sometimes they're screwed in, but this type, I just lifted off. And the first time I'd done it, it was a bit of an effort, but I guess it's worn out a bit. But I can just pull it off like that with a little bit of effort, and that exposes the Microswitch. Okay, so how this works is as you're moving the tap handle around, the top moves around, and when you lift it up, that is when the Microswitch here, this black thing, the metal bar here is no longer touching the side of the tap, and therefore it opens the switch up, which activates the pump. Now, looking around here, as you can see, you may have noticed already, but we've got a wire loose. The reason for that is right down in there on the edge of the Microswitch, they are very close together, these wires, and they obviously wear out by touching the edge of this white plastic. I've also got a short happening over the back here as well, where the wire is become frayed and worn out. So what we need to do is replace this Microswitch, yeah, I think that should actually solve the problem. But how we do that is we have to take this plastic thing off. There's a screw just in there, and feed the wires through, and they end up connected to the rest of the motorhome, the power supply, underneath the sink. Just screw that back in the top there so I don't lose that. As you can see, there's a clip here and a clip just in there, little groove, which we need to prise apart and pull that switch out. So now I've taken the Microswitch out of the plastic piece. I did that very gently with a small screwdriver, wedging it in underneath there and just prising it apart. And our next step is to trace these wires, basically. There's some movement in them, but how I get to them is I need to take this top off, and the way I do that is I wiggle it a bit, and eventually it will come off with a bit of force. And there you go. So that's the tap mechanism in there somewhere. Now let me show you around the back here what's going on. So we're outside now, looking through the window at the back of the tap. These are the two wires. Now if I can pull them up and down, and I can actually pull them quite a lot. Now the first time I replaced the Microswitch, they didn't move at all, and I had to remove all of this. And there was just like a domestic tap, there's a screw underneath the sink down here, which you loosen out and you can just move this up and down, or out of the way entirely. But be careful, of course, you've got the water pipes coming into this thing. But I think I'm fingers crossed here that I might just be able to feed the wires back down once I've removed the old Microswitch. Okay, so under the sink here, we can see where those two wires are going to. So Zoe is actually shaking them, and you can see that they're going into that connector block just there. So what I need to do is disconnect those two wires from that connector block and feed in the new Microswitch wires. So here we have the replacement switch. You can see the number just up there, and if I open it up, I'll take a closer look, you end up with these two red and blue indicators for the mixer itself, the thing, but we don't need those. And you have this switch itself. You can see the problem here on the new switch. These two wires are very close together, and there is no way of getting in there and resoldering if they do come off. This is the original. It's not possible. So you get quite a lot of cable wiring. So what I need to do, I've just tried it. I've just tried feeding the wire back down in there. It's tricky, so I'm gonna save myself some time and remove the tap. Okay, so there are the pipes, the hot and the cold, and they go up to the tap up there, and you can see the bolt, that big long thread coming down with a bolt on it, that is holding the tap on. I need to loosen that off so I can get some room at the back of the tap so I can run those wires down. Okay, so I've tightened it up now. The wires are coming through the middle there. But before I'm finished, before I really fasten it down, I want to make sure that I've got enough wire at the top of the tap. So let's take a look at that. So now I've just basically popped it on there, put the micro switch in. I've not screwed it down yet, but as you can see, as I go around to the full right, it's a bit tight round there, so I'm going to have to loosen the black one off especially. Yeah, both of them actually, and give them a bit more room. That's a lot better. Right, I've just discovered something. So it's screwed down, it's nice, it's exactly how I want it. However, when I open the tap, see that little bar there? This little metal thing, which touches the tap ridge here as you're moving the handle around, actually falls down there a bit. It's not long enough. On my original, it's a lot longer than this one, so I'm gonna have to take this off. Hopefully they're the same sort of thing.
Oh, that's it, isn't it? Oh, yes, that's it.
So I managed to get them both out. So that's the old one. Notice it's got like rings on it, and this is the old one. It's got like hooks on it, but they're the same thing. Right, so they should both fit. So there's our switch. And I really should just have to push it on. And there you go. Just a matter of prising it around the actual body of the switch. So now I should be able to push it back on here, and you can hear it clicking. And it doesn't fall down in the tap. Right, so let's get the power to it. Screw the top back on and get that lifter on, and we should have a working tap. Before I do lift the lever, just to point out, we haven't got any water on board, so nothing's going to come out of here, but we should be able to hear the pump. Nothing. Okay, so the problem was a loose connection. I hadn't tightened it up properly, so there you go. So now it works, and our tap is, our Microswitch is all done and dusted. Lovely. Okay, so I just want to quickly run down the tools that I used. I used a 14mm open and closed socket spanner. I did manage to get it in there in the end. A Phillips screwdriver, that's a crosshead screwdriver. to undo the tap at the top, a torch, flashlight, and various precision screws. Well, something to actually do some levering of all the intricate stuff. Not really used to unscrew anything, but just a few of these to, you know, to prise the microswitch out. So, that having said, I'm all hot and bothered now. It's taken me a while to do simply because I couldn't get the spanner on the bolt underneath. Anyway, if that's helped you, well, let us know if this has helped you with your tap. And if you did like the video, give us a thumbs up. Comments, please put them in the comment section below. And until next time, everybody, adios and thank you for watching. Thanks for watching our video. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed, or leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe for more video updates, or maybe even watch one of our previous videos. Bye bye now.